Tesla came to the market by storm. It made such an impact to the auto industry as the assembly line did back in the 1913. That's clearly an opinion, do not take that as fact. It revolutionized the industry with its direct-to-consumer business model, producing the majority of their own parts. And it also includes a lot of high-tech features within the car itself. Appreciate that, brother. You should said it's a sick-ass car. Today, I'll be test driving the fully loaded 2019 Model X P100d with Ludicrous Plus mode, okay? Keep in mind, this one as tested was $168,000 brand new. Tesla has reduced the amount of configurations. Back in 2019, it had 7 configurations. Now it only has 3 configurations. And back then, it used to cost $168,000, and now it reduced dramatically to this number. The P100d gets an upgraded, more powerful rear motor, rated at 375 kilowatts, which translates into 503 horsepower. The Ludicrous Plus mode, along with the all-wheel drive, which also comes standard, along with a more powerful rear motor you get in this vehicle, make this car behind me one of the fastest cars available on the market today. It does 0 to 60 in only 2.7 seconds, making it just as fast, if not faster, than the Ferrari 488. Okay, so let's start with the exterior of the Model X. Clearly, it looks like its little baby brother, the Model S, but it actually looks quite indistinguishable from the two, especially to somebody that's not familiar with the Tesla brand. What you will notice in all the Tesla models is that because there's no front end engine, the front gets a very nice sleek design. Unlike other cars that are going with a bigger fascia, this one maintains nearly the size of the Model S. As aforementioned, there's no engine, so there's no need for vents or any kind of cooling system in the front end. And that's what gives this car a 0.24 coefficient of drag. For those of you guys not familiar with aerodynamics, for a car, especially this size, that's a very, very good rating and a very good coefficient of drag. Going into features, the Falcon doors is something you can spot a mile away, which are great up until they're not. They don't fully open in tight spaces and can be an inconvenience in snowy or rainy situations. Also, Tesla Service Center are the only ones able to repair them, which can be costly if out of warranty. This car also comes equipped with the latest and greatest autonomous mode, which uses sensors, radars, GPS mapping system to detect objects and people, and in order to maneuver, cross streets, merge streets, go straight, slow down, and all that good stuff. It also alerts you if you need to take control of the wheel immediately. I tried doing this from downtown LA over to here in Santa Monica, and I seen that it wasn't as expected. It was quite subpar. It kept asking me to take control of the wheel. But I think that's in part because the 10 freeway and the 110 freeway is not as smooth, and it also still has a bunch of lines imprinted from the previous lanes that were there before they added any. So I'd say if you're here in Los Angeles, it might not be the best because it's going to be picking up different lanes and different pattern. So what I recommend is mainly use it for cruise control, use it for the lane assist, and then use it for the forward collision warning. I feel like here in LA, that's probably the best you're going to be able to use this for. It also has the summon feature, which is great if you have parking lot anxiety. What it does is it not only parks for you, but it also pulls it out of the parking spot and can even drive to wherever you're at. So say you're at Target, you parked a couple lanes down, you can, by pulling out your phone, hit the summon feature and it'll come towards you in front of the Target. Okay, so walking up to the Tesla is my favorite features, at least one of. Check this out. Power open. Watch what happens when I come in here. Okay, I'm in. Okay, door still open. I hit the brakes and the brakes close itself. Excuse me, the door closes itself rather. Wow. Now here is my next favorite feature. Check out the size of this front windshield. It goes all the way up and over your head. Actually a little bit more back. You see me? Hey, what's up? All the way down. You guys see that? This impressed me more than it should have, but that's because I recently went to Yosemite and found that in my CT200, I kept having to look down to look at the trees. When in this one, like, it's road trip, Yosemite ready. You can look at those big pine trees and get on going. All right, guys, here I am back in downtown LA, driving alongside Staples Center. If you guys want to see a quick clip of me driving from Culver City over to downtown and a little cruise around here, make sure to hit the link in the description below. But I just want to talk about Ludicrous mode, because this thing is ludicrous. The Ludicrous mode is mainly just for the acceleration. A lot of the supercars that I mentioned that this car beats would surpass it in a longer race, but 0 to 60, this car all day. I wish that I recorded the face that I made while I was on Ludicrous mode. Not even aware of it. I was actually driving down the same street, South Figueroa, going, I think, north. And I was just trying to pass this car, not by anything crazy, you know. I just stepped on the gas, and this thing, literally, you see those eyes that I made? Those are the same eyes that I had as everything went tunnel vision for me. This thing is nuts, I'm telling you guys. Ludicrous is ludicrous. 5, 4, 3, 2. Holy shit. Oh, man. There is nothing you can't do in this car. What I liked about the acceleration, although a guy like me doesn't really need it, but when I'm driving through LA and I don't want somebody to either cut me off or I need to cut somebody else off, this car does a good job of getting you in and out of situations quite quickly. When you're on a red light, there's like on the dash instrument cluster here, it shows you not only the cars that are around you, but it also shows you whether the car is in red light. And when it turns green light, it alerts you. So I didn't realize how often I check my phone while in red lights until this thing came on. Jesus, it's like an accident going on left and right here. Time to get out of here. So all the features that this car includes makes it really easy for city driving. And even with how big it is, I didn't see it such a hassle to drive. Actually, I see it to be quite fun. One thing I like about what Tesla did is that they laid the batteries on the floor of the car, which gives it a very nice planted feel. It doesn't have a lot of body roll at high speeds and cornering. It actually maintains its composure while driving. Even at 126 miles an hour, I actually felt like I was going a lot slower. I mean, who knows? That's probably because there's no engine to be revved. There's no high exhaust. The build quality is really nice, so it actually maintains a quiet cabin. Maybe that's the suspension because of how solid it feels. Or maybe it's a combination of it all, but I never felt in danger even at those high speeds. It's a very nice, smooth ride. Here we go. Whoa, dude. You just get, especially here in the city when you're surrounded by objects, it's like tunnel vision. It's the best thing I can explain it as. You get tunnel vision. My heart's pounded. Am I shaking yet? A little bit. Wow. One more time. Typical Hollywood. Okay, here we go. I'm ready to do one more time.